Hey guys, welcome back to the Hangar module. I'm just going to go over the Constellation. Now, there are a lot of changes coming up, and I'll show that towards the end of the video. But I'm going to go over the original Constellation first, and then once the new version comes out, probably with the Dogfire module, maybe after, I don't know how long that'll take, I will show the rest of it as well, so I'll just go over the changes on it. Now, as you can see so far, the ship is more or less how it's always been. We got the cockpit up front, and then it goes down towards the back with the cargo in the middle. At the moment, the P-52 would be mounted in this kind of area here, which is the cargo bay, which all drops down, and then the ship would go out. In the new version, it looks like the P-52 is here. Now that version's not completely finished yet, but from what we're seeing, there's like a rear mounting thing. I'd imagine where that kind of that plate there is. You can kind of see. I'd imagine where that is, and it kind of fits in there. Now above that will be an engine room, and this is probably where I can go inside. I don't know how much they're doing externally. It doesn't look like much, but they might be like increasing the front bit as well. There we go. Into my dark Constellation. Okay, so yeah. So this is where the P-52 currently is, and it's looking like, well, for one, this toilet is moved somewhere or other. I couldn't see where exactly it was, but this is gone, and this will be an engine room instead down here. And then somewhere towards here there'll be a hatch that goes down to the P-52. So that pretty much leaves all this cargo space open, and I'd imagine that would mean all the space below would be kind of more usable. I'm not sure what they're doing with this bit here. Maybe a walkway would be pretty cool. Yeah, anyway, moving down to here, I can't see them moving the table. Maybe they've got the showers lying over here, I'm not exactly sure. And they've also got the living quarters down here, so they've got those little pods that you see here. So yeah, these ones. So they're going to be down here. Just around here, I think it was. They might be increasing the length of this, if I'm not mistaken, because there's quite a few things that are being moved down. Unless they're moving like all of this down a bit as well to compensate. It looks like this is going to be a bit longer, which might be cool. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. It's looking pretty good from what I've got so far. Anyway, I'll keep this short and cut here, and yeah, I'll see you in the new version, whenever that happens to be released.
And I'm back, and this is around 3 months after the original video, so we are in the future technically, although not really if you're watching this in the present, so yeah, in which case it's the past. Just to confuse things. This is the new Constellation, and it's got a complete workover, new skin, everything's all kind of shiny again, it's not quite as scrapyardy as it was before. There's a few bugs that have reoccurred, as you can kind of see by the chair there, and some other little things I'm sure you'll notice around the place, but it's nice having a completed Constellation again. If you go towards the back, you've got these nice new decals and stuff, and lights all over the shot, and yeah, it's nice having it. And then here we've got this shiny P-52 like docking hatch, which I find a bit weird because it doesn't really match the rest of the bodywork. I'd have thought it would be a bit darker silver or anything, but it's nice to have that back as well. I'm presuming they kind of just did a kind of default grey in between this and the Phoenix's kind of like lighter white. So yeah, that's nice. Other than that, not really a great deal of external changes, although the variants do change a few things, like the Phoenix is a lot cleaner on the outside, the Taurus is pretty much a bit grimier, and it's got a lot longer docking bay, well, cargo bay down here, which kind of removes this back bit here, because you haven't got the P-52. So yeah, this is a lot longer. I can probably open this without crushing myself. You can see that drop down. It does seem a bit thin, that cargo ramp. I'm not sure if they're going to thicken it up at all or something along that line, but as you can see, you've got the old cargo bay now. Whereas before it was only up to kind of like the line there where you could walk along. Now you've actually got all the stuff underneath, which is pretty cool to have. So this is where the old P-52 would have sat. And you can't currently go up these ladders, so I've got to go out and go in again to actually get in, but it's a good way of sampling the animation for that. Right, now if we go up over here, and in we go, and welcome to New Constellation. As you can see, they have extended this bit, because it used to end pretty much here. I think this was the line where it used to end. So they have actually moved this all further down, which I believe means they've made the whole ship longer, because I think there must be another couple of meters or so. Because I cannot see anywhere else where this could have come from, and I've got a cold, so sorry about any sniffles that may interrupt this at all. Yeah. So so they've moved us all down, and you can see we've got this little panel here. I'm not sure. I think that must be a cargo thing. I crouch and have a look. What's that? Doesn't look like anything. Okay. And then we got this bit here, which I'm not sure. I'm guessing you can stick something here. I mean, it's pretty much exactly the same size as the old cargo pods or sleeping pods, so I don't know whether you could have more of them in here or if you could just have like lockers or something. And you still got these random boxes which don't really add much to it. Big change in here. You've got the old engine room now with all the racks and racks of batteries, and you've got this which leads down to the B-52. It looks cool. I can't complain about anything in here. I mean, apart from the bad access to any of the stuff back there, it's pretty cool to look at. And you've got this nice kind of like hand railing around here, which I think is a lot better to how it used to be, because you've got an actual cargo bay rather than just it all one big mess which you have to move the B-52 out of. The bathroom is where you got shower in here, very cozy and space showery, and then you've got toilet. And table animation now works. Try not to get trapped in it, which is cool. Got this large empty space here. Again, I'm assuming you can stick something there in the actual game, because it kind of seems pointless having an empty space on a spaceship. Still got these random crates down here. Not sure what they really do. No way of really knowing. And you still got the two turrets in the Andromeda, although the animations are also broken on them. So you got a lot of changes, but a lot of it is also quite buggy as well, so bear that in mind. And yeah, you've also got this still. Now the Aquila, which is the exploration variant, has a kind of curved thing, which they say increases visibility, but I think in actual fact it probably like lowers it, because you don't have this large field of view and it's a bit more restrictive of anything looking around. You've also got a lot more stuff down below and up above. So yeah, that's one thing to consider, but it looks very cool, that curved one, and I am heavily considering getting the Aquila myself, because it is quite a cool ship. Moving to the back, I'll see if I can get the bug to work. There is a bug where you can go through this back panel here, and it will take you up onto the roof. That will crash you. So let's hope it's the latter. Ooh, 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 you can kind of see it. Oh, it's doing something weird, but I don't know. Anything else I can really talk about in here? There's new warning signs and stuff like that in case of something loose. Accidental loss of air pressure. Okay. So I guess that means you can just... There we go. I'm safe. So this is quite a good escape room, really. I mean, because you've got the P-52 hatch here, so if you were in the cargo room, you could either run forward to get the escape pods or back to get the P-52. Kind of screwed if there's more than one person in the P-52 area, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. And with the whole kind of closing bulkheads on either side, there is a lot more options for it. So the safest place is no longer the toilet. Although I'd imagine they're fairly secure when you close these old blinds. I'm safe in here. Yes. A bit too cozy though. Ah, there we go. Right, anything else? We've still got the docking collar up there. We've got these random red lights, which I'm not quite sure where they come from. I guess they are leaked from the outside coming in. Okay, I can get on top. But you can see from this view that the top is all kind of shiny too. One thing to consider is that the Taurus is cheaper than the original Constellation, so if you're interested in getting one, it may be worth melting yours down depending on your package, because if you've got a package with Alpha and Beta and you don't have any others with Alpha and Beta, or you might not keep the others, then you could lose your access to the Alpha, which is something you want to consider. So, although the Taurus may be interesting for some, especially considering it's got like double the space of this one in terms of hauling, bear in mind that you will have to pay extra to get that one, because it will cost another $5 to upgrade to it, even though it's technically a downgrade because the other one is cheaper. Alternately, if you're looking to get into the Constellation line, the Taurus is very cheap now, so it's a good one to go in for. and it still has a multi-crew kind of functionality. It's not quite as powerful as the Andromeda, and I don't think it's quite as upgradable either. So it's something to consider, but really, if you're just looking to get a multi-crew ship for less money, then it's a pretty safe bet. Yeah, I think it works out around the same price as the Freelancer Max, if that puts it in any kind of comparison. Yeah. Anything else, really? No, we still got the VTOL fans there behind the hatches, so I'm still not certain on how they work in atmosphere. I have asked Chris Roberts in the 10th German question, so hopefully he gets back to us on that. We've also got this kind of scoop thing here. I'm not sure why there is a lip there. I'm wondering if that's just a kind of mist texture or something like that, because I can't really see any reason for there to be a lip. Another thing, the Aquila variant and the Phoenix, which might not be available depending on how long this takes to upload, they both come with a rover. And the Phoenix also comes with a P-72, which is an upgraded P-52. I don't know how good that's going to be, numbers. But the rover looks pretty cool, especially if you're looking to exploring. But the thing that kind of indicates to us is that they're planning on doing planetary exploration or something or other. Maybe not on release, but I guess you can hope for it in the future. Another bug. You can go up a lift when there isn't any lift. It's just something, CIG. Just another one. I'm sure you're aware of it, but yeah. So that's more or less the Constellation line. Well, I'm probably going to get the Aquila, and if I do, I'll do another video on it just to show it off, because there are some changes. There's not a great deal of interior ones. Oh, damn. The main difference is in the Taurus and the Phoenix. The Aquila is not a vast change on the default one. You have the rover and the window, that's about it. And you've also got a sensor, no top turret. So that's something to consider. The Phoenix is just all blinged out with wood and white and shiny and stuff like that, and hot tubs, because hot tubs are OP. So yeah, that's pretty much the luxury version. There's nothing really that adds as such in terms of gameplay. If you're just looking for a pimp boat for your organisation, then by all means go for that one. But other than that, there's not really much need for the Phoenix. And yeah, it comes with a upgraded rover. I can presume it's slightly better than the other one, or it's a bit more like a sports car-y, but hard to say at this point. Yeah, and the other thing is that the Taurus only has 2 sleeping pods, which I believe are these ones here, and the others are all kind of merged into one big bathroom like you would find at the end. It's like they've moved that down and just stuck it here. So it's got less sleeping, but it's... In some ways, I actually like that bathroom more. It's more kind of homely than the 2 Portaloos, but at the same time, I can see the reason for having 2 Portaloos, because it's a lot more space efficient, and generally in spaceships, they want stuff that is space efficient. Yeah. Anything else at all? Let's see, we've got the Taurus, which is the hauler, the Andromeda, which is this one, and the Aquila or Aquila, depending on how you want to say it. I like Aquila because it's 40k-esque, and I love 40k, and that's the exploration, and then you've got the Phoenix, which is the pimp boat. So, yeah, I think that's more or less it. So thanks for watching, and if you find it helpful and you didn't get too annoyed by my terrible voice because of my impending nerd flu, feel free to like, favorite, and subscribe, because it helps me a lot and encourages me to do more of these when I'm less sick. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.